Off they go. The drivers are pushed away by their mechanics, and they're now on their own. Alexander Gubenko of Russia in pole position. Conor Zilic of the United States in second. Matteo De Palo of Italy is third. Ivan Dominguez of Portugal. Theo Makuris of Great Britain. Jonathan Waywat of Denmark. Massimo Capieto of France. Shudazono of Japan. Gianni Andrezzani of Germany. Darius Babiawana of Romania. Ariel Elkin of Israel. Alex Powell of Jamaica. Keanu Alajari of the United Arab Emirates. Maxim Ferrand Castellin of Luxembourg. Rafael Modenese of Peru. Zachary David of the Philippines. Tom Bryken of Belgium. Bart Pikatowski of Poland. Adam Kowalski of the Czech Republic. Oskar Wirtz of Austria. Mai Sadar of Slovenia. Kalian Vovotsaliev of Bulgaria. Mati Koenig of Slovakia. Albin Staresen of Sweden. Emil Gjerdrum of Norway. Frederick Lunt of Costa Rica. Donovan Bonilla of Mexico. Georgios Kafantaris of Greece. Alexia Yeleva of Finland. Thomas Valentas of Lithuania. Freya Norman of Denmark. So this is the last chance the drivers will have on the world stage to put on such a spectacular show. But this is going to be the moment they've all been waiting for. So now the drivers circulate around the circuit, 2 formation laps, and obviously they will be in their positions on the rolling start. And this is where they have had their final opportunities to push for the victory. Gubenko in the pole position, Zilic in second place. Third position, a fabulous opportunity for Matteo De Palo in front of his Italian country. An amazing chance here. Fourth on the grid for Ivan Dominguez, and then Makuris and Waywat on the third row. Every driver with a chance to finish strong in this incredible season of amazing sport. 21 laps, 25 kilometers, and the final positions in the title race to be won. Gubenko, Zilic, De Palo, Dominguez, Makuris, Waywat, Capieto. And we are going for a false start on this occasion. So that's a false start. So they will go around for an additional formation lap. Decided quite early from the director of the Academy Trophy, Pasquale Lupoli, who has decided there that they will go around another time. So the drivers will get again the tyre temperature and the brake temperature to its optimum. They don't want to overheat them because obviously that is going to be counterproductive in terms of their challenge for the victory. But it's now or never. The drivers have given it everything they've got, and so they will battle for glory one final time in 2020. Gubenko and Zilic, De Palo and Dominguez, Makuris and Waywat, Capieto and Dozono, Andrezzani and Babiawana, Elkin, Powell, Alajari, Ferrand Castellin, Modenese, David, Bryken, Pikatowski, Kowalski, Wirtz and the rest. Out of the final turn, who's going to get the best start? It's up to them now. Away we go. We're racing, and Gubenko gets a good start to the first corner. Zilic is going to get squeezed down to about 5th position, I think. 4th place, maybe even 5th around the outside, but it's Gubenko, De Palo, Makuris and Waywat going well. Oh, and this kart's going wide, and one of them is Zilic. One of them is Zilic. He's gone down to the back. So Zilic is dead last. He's not going to get all 3 wins the way this is currently playing. So it's going to be a completely different podium. But Gubenko is out in front as he battles with Matteo De Palo, the Italian, in second place ahead of Theo Makuris. So the battle rages in the Academy Trophy. Conor Zilic has no pressure on him now at all. He can just go and have fun from the back, seeing how many karts he can overtake. But for Gubenko, De Palo and Makuris, the race for victory is on. They come out of the final turn and down the straight, and it's going to be a great one for Gubenko. The way things are going, he's on the charge. Dominguez is 4th from Waywat, Powell, Andrezzani, Elkin, Dozono, Babiawana, David and Modenese. There's a real end-of-term atmosphere as up the inside. That's a nice move from the 506 of Waywat, and Powell's going to get through on Dominguez as well. He's not the only one. Andrezzani will get there. Elkin will get there. Dozono will get there. Goodness me. And into the pits comes Conor Zilic. Zilic is out. Conor Zilic retires, but he will not lose the title. So Conor Zilic pulls the kart into the pits to retire from the race, and that is his season over. But he still wins the Academy Trophy 2020. It's unfortunate the way it's ended, but he will still become the winner of the Academy Trophy 2020. He's unhappy about it. Oh, and that's a big problem. That is the 525 off the road. That is Adam Kowalski. So Kowalski is out of the race now as well. A big problem in the final then. as Gubenko continues with DePalo and Makuris. They battle for the victory. Waywat, Powell, Elkin, Andrezzani, De Zono, David and Modenese. Now this really is going to be a bit of an open season. We will not have the United States on the top of the podium. So who is it going to be? Will Matteo DePalo get his run on Gubenko? They're trying to stretch out the gap at the moment, these three. So it's going to be an interesting one for 21 laps, but they know they've got a long race ahead of them. More than double the length of the heats from the previous races. They were 9 laps long. This is 21 laps long, the longest race of the weekend. So the drivers continue to battle. Fourth is now Waywat, ahead of Elkin, Powell, Andrezzani, De Zono, Modenese, Ferran Castellan and David. So who's going to make the first big lunge? Makuris has gone with DePalo in second. Gubenko still first. And can they hang on to it? It's going to be a fascinating duel, that's for sure. But Conor Zilic and Adam Kowalski out of the race. Just 29 drivers still running. So the battle continues. Makuris still there. Oh, we've got problems further back. We've got problems further back. 2-3 karts, I think, maybe, involved in an incident further down the order. It's Capieto and Yeleva. Now that has opened the championship battle for second wide open. Matteo Capieto is out of the race. Now that means that surely Capieto is going to lose his second place in the title race. And that's the 5-2-2 out now as well. That is Albin Studesen. So the Swede is out as well. And Darius Babiawana has gone down to the back of the field. A real shame for the Romanian. This has been a great weekend for him up to this point. In fact, he is there off at the final corner. So Babiawana out of the race as well. I think he's gone with Albin Studesen, so they went together, in fact. But a real shame, because this was a great weekend up to that point for Darius Babiawana. But Capieto and Yeleva out, and so too are Babiawana and Studesen. And now there's just 3 drivers in it, and the man in third place, Theo Makuris, is now on course, would you believe it, to be second place in the 2020 Academy Trophy. If he finishes third, he will manage it. Ariel Elkin into fourth. Up into fifth place comes Jonathan Waywat. Sixth for Powell, seventh for Shudazono. But DePalo would dearly love to get a victory if he can. That will put him second in the driver's standings, I believe. In fact, no, it will put him third if he can get the win away from Gubenko. He's going for it on the inside. DePalo takes the lead. Matteo DePalo on home soil takes the lead here at Lonato, and Makuris gets past Gubenko as well. So now DePalo takes the lead, Makuris takes second, Gubenko down to third. And if DePalo wins the race, he will be in the top 3 in the standings for 2020. Makuris is looking good for second in the rankings. An amazing comeback for the man who had no European experience at all before this season. And he's now looking likely to be second in the entire title fight. What an amazing opportunity this is. We're on lap 7 of 21. Capieto is trying desperately from the sidelines to hope that Waywat doesn't make more progress, because Waywat's on behind Ariel Elkin, and they're having a terrific battle. I think Powell has just got past Waywat, in fact. So Alex Powell has made another place, and that's great news from the Jamaicans' point of view. So he now has a chance to move forward. But Gubenko still looking good for Russia in the top 3 as Zachary David takes a warning flag. Shortly after Albin Studesen and the 525 had already taken warning flags as well. The 525, of course, is Adam Kowalski. They had warning flags for their incidents, which unfortunately put them out of the race. But for Matteo Capieto, retirement is absolute agony in the final race of the year. There's Alex Powell in front of the 506 of Jonathan Waywat from Denmark. And there's a new fastest lap of the race. It's Rafael Modenese, the Peruvian, who's looking good to move his way forward. So Matteo DePalo leads the race here at Lonato. Second is Theo Makuris. These two gave us the closest finish all weekend in one of yesterday's heats, when Makuris managed to beat DePalo by 0.013 of a second. Interestingly though, we started the race in bone dry sunshine, but now the clouds are coming over. This could be a real problem in the race if they start to break during the race. But obviously the drivers have just got to cope with whatever's presented to them. De Pallo leads, Mercouris second, Gubenko third, Modenese bangs in another fastest lap. And we're on lap 9 of 21. The race pace is still going strong. De Pallo leads the way, Mercouris in second, Gubenko is third. The Russian doing a grand job all weekend long. And he's not out of the fight for victory yet by a long shot. Oh, that's Alex Powell dueling away with Jonathan Waywat, who gets back through, and that's a nice move from Modenese. He gets the move on the 515 of Shudazono. So Peru passes Japan. Mercouris starting to drop Gubenko a little bit now as he and De Pallo increase their advantage. What an amazing opportunity this is for the two men up front. Third for De Pallo in the title race, second for Mercouris in the title race, even if it stays like this. And that would be an amazing fight back for De Pallo and a wonderful accolade for Mercouris in his first ever campaign in Europe. Third position for Gubenko, and that will give him a top 10 placing in the standings. He's done very well indeed this year, the Russian, but he's not done yet. He still has a chance, and he's caught right back up to De Pallo and Mercouris. So now this is going to be about who makes the move first, and I think Gubenko made the move on Mercouris, and he gets through. Does he? No, he has to hang back. So Mercouris had the pressure from Gubenko, and that's dropped him off the back of De Pallo. So Gubenko will try again here on Mercouris, but Theo doesn't need to panic here. He doesn't have too much to lose at this point. Even if he gets overtaken by Gubenko, he can finish third and still be second in the title race. Gubenko's going for it, and he gets there. Mercouris is going to try and shut down Ariel Elkin. Elkin is alongside him. Well done, Theo Mercouris. He holds the nerve there, but Elkin's coming back at him. Ariel Elkin is going to try and make his bid for third position on the inside. Here he goes, and Elkin is through. Ariel Elkin gets into third position. Good move. Now he's going to try and defend the line from Mercouris into the hairpin. He's not going to make the move on Gubenko just yet, but he's going to hold to cover in third position. So Elkin's going to have an opportunity here out of the final turn to close up on Gubenko. And that will mean that De Pallo, the current race leader, would be second in the title race with Mercouris in third. Still an amazing achievement. But with 10 laps to go, anything is still possible. Elkin in third is trying to close up now on Gubenko, but Matteo De Pallo, the Italian, having a great race up front. Looking good for the victory here at Lonato. It's the home advantage that's going to count for him. Down the back straight. Gubenko second, Elkin third, Mercouris fourth. Fifth place now is Jonathan Waywat ahead of Alex Powell in sixth. And then Ferran Castellan in Dezono ahead of Modenese and the 526 of Gianni Andrezzani. Looks as though we've lost 6 drivers from the fray. Babiawana, Storesen, Capieto, Yaleva, Kowalski and Zilic. And Ferran Castellan now has a warning flag. But look at Gubenko having to fend off from Ariel Elkin now. Elkin looks like he might have a chance to come through on the inside, and a lovely move from Ariel Elkin. He gets into P2. Gubenko now having to defend from Mercouris, who goes long around the outside to try and get the switch back on Gubenko. But he can't quite make it through. Gubenko gestures to Mercouris, come on, if we work together we can catch them. But with 9 laps remaining, they are running short on time. Mercouris is going to make his bid on the inside of Gubenko. He thinks better of it. So Gubenko holds the place for now. 5th place and catching is Jonathan Waywat. He has a chance here to get into the top 3 of the title race. And the Dane is fighting back. So Waywat closing in on these two, Gubenko and Mercouris, as they fight for the final place on the podium. There's Alex Powell, the Jamaican. He's not out of the woods yet either. Still a long way to go. Mercouris pressuring Gubenko. And as they come through, the track temperature has dipped a little bit. The clouds coming overhead. This could make for a fascinating final 8 laps. Mercouris closes up on Gubenko again. Waywat and Powell are not far away. Ferran Castellan and Dezono battling for 7th from Modenese, Andrezzani, David, Alajari, Bryken, Pikatovsky, Dominguez, Wirtz and Vabatsaliev. Mercouris now makes the lunge on the inside of Gubenko. Lovely move! Excellently done from Mercouris. He drifts out wide. He moves to cover the inside line from Gubenko. He'll hold the inside for the next hairpin. Beautiful. Great racecraft. So Mercouris into 3rd place, Gubenko 4th. Looks to me as though it's going to be Matteo De Pallo who will take his 3rd place in the driver's standings now, because Mercouris back into 3rd means he will get the runner-up spot. But it's all going to depend on what Gubenko can do. And watch out, guys, because you've got Jonathan Waywat bearing down on you both. Makuris moves to protect. Third place is not a bad result. Gubenko's going to try and get the switchback, but Makuris is well placed for the next left-hander. Waywat's going to try and come into the inside and takes it from Gubenko. Gubenko back on the inside. But Waywat now feels he's got a chance, and Alex Powell's going to try and break in as well. So Makuris manages to back Gubenko into Waywat. Can Gubenko make the launch? Well, Makuris is going to defend the position again. Third place will do for the runner-up spot in the title. Gubenko nudges Makuris, who defends to the inside, leaves the door open for Waywat. The Dane gets through. Gubenko on the switchback. Powell now side by side with Waywat. Watch out for the Jamaican. He's got a great line off the turn. And he's through on Jonathan Waywat. Good move from the Jamaican. Now Waywat comes back on the inside. He retakes the place. Amazing driving from the Academy drivers. Gubenko back on the inside of Makuris. Powell trying to stick his nose in there as well. So Makuris lets it happen, but keeps the inside line for the next turn. Waywat back through on Powell. And this race is getting fever pitch with 6 laps to go. Makuris is being supported by Waywat in their bid to recatch Gubenko. Makuris now defends from Waywat. Waywat gets up alongside. And Powell trying to get through on the inside. Powell gets a little nudge on the back of Makuris and gets through. Gubenko gets the warning flag. And Powell and Waywat are scrapping away now for 4th position. Makuris down to 6th in front of Modenese and Ferran Castellan. Now there's going to be a challenge from Modenese and Ferran Castellan to get through on Makuris. And it's going to be a big problem for Makuris now. DeZono's there to the inside. He bails out and comes from the other side. Makuris holding on, but this is going to drop him outside the top 4 in the standings. Makuris, unfortunate it is for the Brit, but he's got to keep pushing with 5 laps to go. You never know what can happen, especially with the battles we've got up front. In fact, speaking of which, Matteo De Palo has been caught by Ariel Elkin. Elkin is now battling for the victory with Matteo De Palo. Here they are. 4 laps to go, and De Palo has got Ariel Elkin hot on his heels. The Italian and the Israeli dueling for the victory. Can Ariel Elkin give Israel their first ever win in the FIA? This is going to be an interesting one if Ariel Elkin can get through on the 504 of Matteo De Palo. He's doing everything he possibly can. This is going to be a massive moment in Israel if he can get through and take the victory. He's going for it on the inside. Ariel Elkin leads in the final with 3.5 laps to go. Ariel Elkin hits the front for the first time in his young career. Can Ariel Elkin storm the upset of the weekend with 3 laps to go? An amazing opportunity for the young man from Israel. 3rd place is Alex Gubenko. 4th is Powell from Modenese. Waywat, Modenese, DeZono, Ferran Castellan, Makuris. What's happened to Waywat? I think Waywat's out. Waywat's out of the race. Oh, the Danish driver is absolutely livid. And Jonathan Waywat, absolutely disgusted. And there is Jonathan Waywat. He's absolutely furious. Out of the race goes the Dane, and a chance of the top 3 in the standings goes with it. What a shame. The Dane has been so impressive this year, but it's not to be. But he will be back, I'm sure, in the world of FIA karting, and he will have much better days to come as Makuris battles with Ferran Castellan for 7th place. 2 laps to go, and Ariel Elkin has a decent advantage on Matteo De Palo. I think we're about to have an incredible result. This has been a season of firsts in the FIA karting paddock. We've had a Jamaican get a pole position in OK Junior for the first time. In the Academy Trophy, we have had a Peruvian take the first ever race win for Peru, last time out at Genk. And in the final, we may be about to see the first man ever from Israel to get an FIA karting victory. That is a big, big moment for the country and for Ariel Elkin in particular. And it will be impossible for the nation's motorsport program to not support him as he moves forward after this. Last lap, come on Ariel, bring it home. He's done an amazing job here. Matteo De Palo in 2nd, Gubenko in 3rd. There's still great races lower back. But this is going to be an amazing upset. And it means all of it that Matteo Capieto is going to be second in the title fight again. If Makuris can make up another place or two, he might just get it on the line. But for Ariel Elkin, it's going to be a historic victory. He comes into the final few hairpins as the battles continue. Makuris is still battling with DeZono. He might pick up the final point he needs to get second in the title race. But for Ariel Elkin, it's a moment to cherish and savor for Israel. Ariel Elkin wins at Lonato. Brilliant. History is made for Israel. Ariel Elkin wins at Lonato. Absolutely magnificent drive. Ariel Elkin has done it in style. DePallo in second, Gubenko in third, and Alex Powell of Jamaica in fourth position. What a sensational result and a history-making drive for Ariel Elkin of Israel. What a moment. Ariel Elkin is the winner from Matteo DePallo and Alex Gubenko. Alex Powell is fourth from Rafael Modenese and Maxime Ferron-Castellane. Seventh is Theo Makuris. Eighth is Zachary David. Ninth is Shudazono from Keanu Alajari. Tom Breiken 11th from Bart Piekatovsky. Gianni Andrezani and Ivan Dominguez from Oscar Wirtz and Kalian Varbet-Saliev. Georgios Kafantaris and Donovan Bonilla. Emil Gudrum and Thomas Valentas from Maisadar, Freya Norman, Matti Koenig and Frederick Lunt. The retirements are many and plentiful. Jonathan Waywatt, along with Darius Babiawana, Albin Stodason, Maceo Capieto and Alexei Yeleva, along with Adam Kowalski, and the new Academy Trophy winner of 2020, Conor Zilic. Let's go back over the highlights of an incredible final. One of the most exceptional Academy Trophy races I have ever seen. Really good racing all the way throughout. And it's Conor Zilic trying desperately to keep himself in the fray. It looks like he got a little bit of a nerf once or twice on the way down to the first corner. And we'll have to see how it was that he ended up getting spat out to the scenery through turn 4. Oh, there was contact there. Now, who was it with? Trying to see who it was on the replay. I think that was... I want to say that was Maceo Capieto, in fact. So the two title rivals, first and second in the point standings, and neither of them finished the race in the end. But Maceo Capieto and Conor Zilic ended up colliding with each other by the look of it. So that's big drama, first and second in the point standings. Not the way that they wanted to end their season by a long shot, but it gave us this incredible duel up front. There's Conor Zilic, disappointed that he couldn't make it 3 from 3. But whatever happens, he is still the Academy Trophy winner 2020. So it was a fabulous result, and the American can still walk away from here with pride. Then we lost Adam Kowalski. He retired from the race deep into it. And a big problem for him. And then we had some amazing battles. That's Varbet-Saliev getting past Oscar Wirtz as they dueled for position. Then we had DePallo versus Gubenko. For the pride of Italy, DePallo made the move on Gubenko and got through into the lead eventually. Managed to get the move done, and it looked for a long time as though we'd hear the Italian anthem again on the top step of the podium. And then, of course, Theo Makuris making his bid to get past Alex Gubenko. Managed to make it stick and got through into position. Incredibly, we've got so close a battle in the standings. If the results stand as they are, then Conor Zilic ends the season on 69 as the new Academy Trophy title winner. Almost a perfect score, 70 available. He got 69. Maceo Capieto on 41. Maxime Ferron-Castellane and Theo Makuris both on 39, but it goes the way of Luxembourg's Maxime Ferron-Castellane on countback. Fifth is Matteo DePallo with the same amount of points, so all three of them on 39. John Waywatt on 34, Alex Powell on 33, Zachary David on 28, and with that win, Ariel Elkin storms up to 9th, alongside Alex Gubenko with 26 apiece. What a performance, though, from Ariel Elkin at this stage. He's in 4th place. It doesn't look like he's going for the win. He might get a podium at this stage. He's side by side with Makuris, and he just measures his moment. He makes the move on Makuris, up into the podium, 3rd place. Good drive from Ariel Elkin in this one. Clean as a whistle throughout as well, and this is so sensible. His defense, just keeping hold of that position and backing Theo Makuris up a little bit. then made a bold lunge on Gubenko, made the move stick, and that's nicely handled. So leaving Gubenko and Makuris to battle away for position. This was Makuris' best chance to take the title into his own hands. He made the move on Gubenko and got third position back again. But then obviously the battle got very intense between Gubenko and Waywat. So the battle is going to continue all the way through these corners. You can see there Makuris just trying to hold Gubenko to ransom a little bit. A little nudge there from Gubenko on the back of Makuris, but he defends nicely and Waywat gets through on the inside line briefly before Gubenko can slice his way back in. Powell side by side with Waywat, and he carries the momentum past the Dane, only for the Dane to get back through. Then Gubenko managed to get the move on Makuris eventually, and Powell is just sitting there waiting for his move on Waywat, who edges Makuris a little bit closer into Gubenko, actually helps him a little bit there, assists him towards the Russian. Just great racecraft from these youngsters. They really do have great skill. And then up the inside, Powell gets his move a little bit too late on the brakes there as he gets side by side with Waywat, and Makuris has to recover. And then Modenese and Ferran Castellin both get their move on Makuris, and there's enough space for Shudazono of Japan to challenge. You got to feel a lot for Makuris in this race. He was minding his own business for a lot of it, and then Flotsam and Jetsam took control. That's Elkin on DePalo. A historic move and a big moment in the history of Israeli sport, because never have they been really a country to call motorsport successful. There's Jonathan Waywat out of the race, livid and furious, but he's been a real star this year and he's one of the talents of the category. But this is a big, big moment for Ariel Elkin, and I'm fairly sure it's the first time that the Israeli national anthem will ever be played in the FIA Karting paddock. So Elkin wins the final, Conor Zilic wins the title, and it's a very historic moment here at Lonato. The podium is coming up shortly. So let's welcome the three drivers from the final race of the 2020 FIA Karting Academy Trophy to the podium. In third position for Russia, Alexander Gubenko. And in second position for Italy, Matteo DePalo. And on the top step of the podium, your race winner for Israel, Ariel Elkin. And in deference to the racer on the top step of the podium, the national anthem for Israel. A mighty congratulations to our 3 drivers on the podium. They will lift their trophies one by one, starting with the man in 3rd position for Russia, Alexander Gubenko. And in 2nd place for Italy, Matteo De Palo. And your race winner for Israel, Ariel Elkin. Congratulations to our 3 drivers. We invite them to hold their trophies and their bouquets of flowers aloft on the podium for the photographers. A fantastic podium to finish our FIA Karting Academy Trophy season 2020. Alexander Gubenko, Matteo De Palo, and your race winner, Ariel Elkin. And our FIA Karting President Felipe Massa makes a very quick exit from the podium. I'm not at all surprised because the drivers now get to celebrate in style on the podium with their bottles of fizzy. And they will have a fantastic celebration tonight, I'm sure. So the drivers on the podium can now spray with delight and joy after an amazing 2020 season here at Lonato. It's time for the Academy Trophy celebration to begin. A very deserving podium, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Alexander Gubenko, Matteo De Palo, and your race winner, Ariel Elkin. That concludes proceedings for the FIA Karting Academy Trophy for the 11th time. We hope you've enjoyed the racing in 2020. It's been incredible to see Ariel Elkin claim his first victory in the FIA Karting paddock. Congratulations to Connor Zilic. He is the 2020 FIA Karting Academy Trophy winner.